The story of Joseph and his brothers, a tale of betrayal, faith, and forgiveness. Joseph was the second youngest of 12 brothers, and he was his father Jacob's favorite. To show his love, Jacob gave Joseph a beautiful coat of many colors. This made his brothers jealous. But what really angered them were Joseph's dreams. Joseph told his brothers about a dream where they were all binding sheaves of grain, and their sheaves bowed down to his. In another dream, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed to him. His brothers saw these dreams as Joseph claiming he would one day rule over them, and their jealousy turned into hatred. One day, while Joseph was visiting his brothers in the fields, they decided to get rid of him. At first, they planned to kill him, but one of the brothers, Reuben, convinced them to throw him into a pit instead. Later, they sold him to a group of traders traveling to Egypt. To cover their tracks, they dipped Joseph's coat in animal blood and told their father Jacob that a wild animal had killed him. In Egypt, Joseph was sold as a slave to a man named Potiphar, a high-ranking official. Despite his circumstances, Joseph worked hard and gained Potiphar's trust, eventually being put in charge of his household. But Joseph's troubles weren't over. Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him, and when he refused, she falsely accused him of attacking her. Joseph was thrown into prison. Even in prison, Joseph's character shone. He gained the trust of the prison warden and was put in charge of other prisoners. While there, he interpreted the dreams of two fellow inmates, accurately predicting one would be restored to his position and the other would be executed. 2 years later, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had troubling dreams that no one could interpret. The man whose dream Joseph had interpreted earlier remembered him and recommended him to Pharaoh. Joseph explained that Pharaoh's dreams predicted 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom, Pharaoh made him second in command of Egypt, responsible for managing food supplies. During the famine, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy grain. They didn't recognize Joseph, but he recognized them. Instead of revealing himself right away, Joseph tested them to see if they had changed. Eventually, Joseph couldn't hold back his emotions. He revealed his identity, saying, "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into slavery. But don't be distressed or angry with yourselves, because it was God who sent me ahead of you to save lives." The brothers were stunned and afraid, thinking Joseph might seek revenge. But Joseph forgave them, seeing God's plan in everything that had happened. He brought his entire family to Egypt, providing for them during the famine. Faith through trials. Joseph's life shows that even in the darkest times, faith and perseverance can lead to unexpected blessings. Forgiveness over revenge. Despite the wrongs done to him, Joseph chose forgiveness, showing the power of reconciliation. God's purpose in pain. What seemed like misfortune was part of a greater plan to save many lives. Joseph's story reminds us that even when life feels unfair, staying true to our values and trusting a higher purpose can turn challenges into triumphs.